Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, so let's look at the questions. So from the question, we know the oil film on water A, thin film of vegetable oil, and the refractive index number is 1.45. It's floating on top of water with the refractive index number of 1.33. So from here, we know the refractive index of oil is higher than the refractive index of water. So first, what will happen during the when a laser beam shoot a line at the top and bottom of the surface of oil? Okay, so I draw a graph here, and you see there's a cup of water, and there's a thin film of oil floating over the water, and there's a light shooting from the laser beam. So, well, let's separate it to two parts. So the first part gonna be what happened at the top of the oil film. Well, when a light hits on the surface of such a vegetable oil film, which is floating on the water, well, part of the light will reflect off the oil surface, and another part of light will reflect into the oil. Okay, this is what happened, and it makes sense. Okay, and the phase of light that reflects the oil reflects off the oil surface will be changed by around lambda/2, since the refractive index of the oil is greater than the refractive index of air. Well, that's for the first part of the process, which is the top of the oil film. So at the bottom of the oil film, which is the layer between the oil and the water, while part of the light will refract into water, while another part, or let's say other part, will refract back and refract into the same set of the incident lights. And therefore, the phase of light that refract off the bottom of oil will not change. Since in this case, we're talking about the light that which is already gained to the oil film. And so in this case, the light is coming from a medium with a higher refractive index, which is oil refractive index, into a lower one, since the water has lower refractive index. So that's what will happen for the second part of the process. Okay, next question is talking about, is it possible to have a film of water on top of oil surface? Well, you know, you know what? This is impossible. Why is that? Because the density of oil is lower than the density of the water. So no matter what you do, say that uh, you put oil first and you put water later, the water will always sink down since it has higher density. So, which means the oil will always flow over the water, over the top of the water. So the answer for the question B is impossible. And that's my answers. Hope you guys get it. Okay? All right. Thank you.